So with existential, it normally latches to not being able to connect to family members and loved ones, as well as the sort of vastness of the universe, which creates a sensation in the mind of vast disconnection. So you're then chasing connection, as well as the vast possibilities of uncertainty in the realms of the universe. Therefore, death and all of this isn't known. So what could be coming? And then fear of that and fear of being stuck like that forever. One of the main component fears that I had was fear of never being able to accept death. Fear of constantly being scared of that, coming on from a sensation of, oh my God, death is more than what I thought. I thought it was just a religious, I'd accepted it in a religious concept. Oh no, now I'm viewing it like this, and then it not releasing, and then being constantly stuck in this cycle of, I don't know, so I can't not be scared. Is this scarier than I thought? Da 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 da, and then keeping in that cycle then for a very long time. And these things happen in an instant. You're in your head and you just think, you've had this thought, it's just come on into your head in a split second. You feel this new sensation. You get very scared of being in that sensation. You're scared that sensation won't go, and you feel very isolated. You feel more internalized, more locked into your head. Hence why a lot of the sort of principles that we see not principles that we see, but like in terms of how we view things, we're very much sort of in the cog of a watch in our mind. We're in those cogs. We're going around with the mechanism rather than sitting back and observing the clock. So we're very much in the machinery. It turns us internalized. So what happens is we have this sensation that we dislike, and then we go more into our head to think about that sensation, which turns us inwards. So it's like normally in life, that's why I do so much work with people, focusing on their life structure and getting connected with life and that stuff going on around them. Because what happens is when we get scared, we turn inwards. We start internalizing and being very much stuck in our head. So everything is fixated inwards. It's like we're observing our internal state. So my job is to really get people connected outwards, back connected with life around them. So it pulls them out of that sort of state of internal reflection to connection externally with things around them. Hence why a healthy amount of distraction, be it socially, with friends, family, all these things helps. And obviously the coronavirus lockdown scenario is the reverse and made it more challenging because people are spending more time on their phones and internal and in their heads. So that becomes an issue then. So what we're looking at is trying to take ourselves from that observing inwards to connecting outside, to stop that self-reflection sort of constant mechanism that then is going on, is this sort of internal treading of water, this very fast pace, trying to constantly work everything out in our head. Because once we get that triggered anxiety sensation, it triggers we need to work this out to get out, which comes back to sort of the Einstein quote of the thinking that got you into the problem isn't the same thinking that's going to get you out. So you then think, I need to tread water harder to get the desired positive sensation, the sort of calm sensation that we previously experienced in the past. Where it's the opposite, it's giving up this internal treading of water, which you can't do initially. You can do to a large amount, but you can't do completely because you are still scared. So the brain is very much gone. Sort of normally it's going along sort of feeling free and observing life, and then suddenly this fear comes and it sort of latches like that inwards, and you've got to learn to sort of get it to do that. So that's why we have that internal work rate of internal compulsions that go on automatically, because the brain isn't yet ready to release like this. It's still very much like that, hanging on for dear life. So you've got that process occurring. You've got to think of OCD a bit like, as I said in one of my last videos, it's a bit sort of like a web that's locked tight, a sort of like a thing like that, where you've got scared, it's all sort of wrapped up, and we're learning to sort of bit by bit bring all of those bits back to calm. So it's learning to see it's safe to let go of the internal guard. It's learning to feel safe going along with the uncertainty of life, which it was uncertain with previously, but you got scared by a new uncertainty, which you had a very sort of quick reaction to, where it sort of sucked onto like that, and now you're learning to get back comfortable as you were previously.